Hello future tech leaders, I am Sindhuja. Based on my own experience, I know that learning the right skills can shape our future. What if I say learning was as thrilled as the tech world itself? There we go. A cloud foundation, that's exactly what you will experience. From day one, you will be immersed in the interactive sessions and expert-led courses that covers most of the widely used technologies in the zone of data science to cloud computing, which brings more light to the life of a techie. I'm so excited to help you and unlock the true potential of a technology. Well, then why to wait? Let's see what it unfolds.
We have talked about atomic widgets, right? Can you name it out for me? Input cell button. These are the three basic ones. We can categorize all the things which we can see in the training app guide. In the site column, we can see different atomic widgets. We can categorize all those in this industry. And for all these input cells and buttons, we have properties which we need to define. Some are mandatory properties which we need to define with. Those are mandatory and some are optional properties. Yesterday, I've given you an example, right? What are the properties? Like label. Label this is mandatory. Label it is mandatory. And value. Value means what is the actual value of this particular property. And here in the value tab, right, we will give the database value. Suppose we have an object, suppose we have an AB contact object, we know we have an AB contact entity, right? In the data model layer, AB contact entity. And there is a field name. First name. This is the name of the field. When we have, suppose we have to add this particular first name in the PCF file. What we'll do, we'll drag and drop an input from the training app and then in the label property, we'll write first name. In add property, we'll give some unique, it for that particular field. In value, what we have to give, this value field should be dynamic, right? Either it should be populated from the back end or if it is user input table field. Suppose it is an editable field, each user has to input whatever when the user will input, right? This value will go to that path which I'm going to specify here. Suppose this is an editable field. Let's look. Suppose this is an editable field because editable is true in the properties. When I'm typing some values, suppose I'm typing, it will go to the object of the AB contact and AB contact. Suppose an AB contact is the object name, dot first name. I have specified with the dot notation, I have specified the call and this is the object. This is the object name of the entity. And with dot notation, I have specified the column for which column this is going to set in the database. That's what we define in the value property. We don't define actually because this is user input. User need to type it, but in PCF file will directly define an AB contact dot first name. Whatever will be provided by the user, it will be stored in this. This is the one example of the value input. I'll show you this from the studio. Let me start my studio. Did you try to start your data dictionary yesterday? No, it was still running, right? For you, I did not start. Right now my studio is open. I need to start and then create the data dictionary, right? I start and then I go to the site localhost. Just try to do because it will take time now. Now we understood about the atomic widgets, what atomic widgets are. And we know how to create the atomic widgets. I'll show you one example from the studio. What the atomic widgets? How do you create one? What are the properties? I have given you this example, right? I'll be showing you this example from the studio. What I will do is I will start my server. And there are some shortcut keys which will be helpful to me while doing the screen level changes. I'll be talking about those shortcut keys as well. Once my studio will be started. And once the server is started, it runs on 8880, right? Did you try to open it? Localhost 8880/FB. And username is Sue and I'm in studio now. Now I need to go to administration. Yes, you need to. You have already loaded the sample data, right? I loaded the sample data. Now you have to go to the folder structure and then type guppy region-dictionary, that command. I need to go to the folder kitchen. Which folder? In this training, a folder structure in your local. I'm there. Just type cmd there and zip space region-dictionary. This is the command. For this to happen, username and password, you can search any contact. If you want, suppose you want to search some person. Please specify. I'm specifying the first name. That's a please specify a city. I'll specify some city. I think, do the sample reload. Can you? You have done it. Can you search in your system? Just checking out, searching. I need to reload it still. It says last name is needed. Do you have any contacts? I got one Chadwick. I search for a person. Can you open that contact? Just click on that. Find summary details addresses. You have got all those. What we'll do is once, if you want to see the back end, suppose you are on a summary page, right? If you want to see which PCF files are related to particular summary page, right? There is a shortcut key for that. Alt-Shift. Can you try to hit that? I got a structure. You got the PCF structure. Which PCF file is behind this particular screen? That's how you can note that I need to use this particular. I have to do the changes in this entity or in this PCF file. What did you see? Sorry. I searched for last name is 8. You can see my screen also. My sample data is loaded. I have many. I got the whole because of Texas. No issues. I'll open this one. These are the personal accounts. If I want to see the summary, Alt-Shift-2. Now I got all this structure where I can see that. Oh, I have where I have to do the changes. Let's suppose I'll go to the summary page, right? If I want to add something beneath this name field. Suppose I want to add a new field here. Beneath this, where I need to add, I will search for the summary page. I need to add it in AB contact summary page. I can see the summary page here, right? From here you can see we are on the summary page. Correct. And the title is summary. We'll identify which one is the summary page here. From here we can see we have the summary page. And we have this summary CV and we have seen this summary DB also. Why we are not going into this? Because by CV it's a card view. What are the card views and what are the detailed views? We'll talk about the card views and details later, but right now we have to. These are the different pages actually. This is summary page. This is detail page. This is address page. This is notes page. Every page would be containing the page in its name in the PCF file. That's why we have to do this shift on the W. Is there any other way where I can see this information? There is one more key, Alt-Shift-E. You can try that as well. No, I mean, apart from these shortcuts, do you have anything else? Like, say, if I don't remember the shortcuts. It comes with the experience. You can open it because if you don't know the if you suppose don't remember the shortcuts, what you have to do is you in the screen. You know, right? These are the pages. This is the summary page. Similarly, this is a detailed page. What you are seeing here at person info, this top level is the page detail page. But inside the page, what you are seeing here, right? Person info, phone addresses, bank account. These are the cards inside the page. These will be mentioned in the card view. That's why you have not picked up this. Because in card view, we have AB contact summary. Card view also right, but we have not picked up this. We have picked up page because the page is a top level container. That's why we want to pick up the top level container. Inside that, we can see that there would be some card views mentioned there. You can see here that if you will minimize this, right? If you'll minimize this page, you can see AB contact inside AB contact. We have AB contact summary. You can see it is at extreme left and it is a child of this. I understood that. The only way how you can figure out this, that this can be the PCF file, is just need to check the title of the page, that summary. And you just need to identify V. I need to identify the summary page, not the summary CV. What you will do, you will just search it from here. It will give you the suggestions on the summary page. You can find out AB contact summary page. You try to open it and then you will try to compare it. Whatever you are able to see here, are you able to see it from here or not? That's how you can. That is the second way. Easiest way is Control Shift or O. Yes. And let me close it. The third way is the Control Shift E. The Control Shift E will directly take me to the PCF file. Control Shift E. Yes, E for. I would recommend to take a note of all the shortcut keys because it would be helpful for you. You can see here, you can find the name and if I did create it on assigned user. And one more thing I want to make a point here is you can see as this PCF file, right? This PCF file is a page, right? This is a page, but inside this page, you can see some of the part of the PCF file is in light blue color. Some of the part of this blue color, right? What this color specifies, this is light, this is dark, this is darkest. Blue color means that the PC, white color means that whatever contents are present in the PCF file belongs to this particular PCF only. Right now we can see no widget, only this edit button is there in a white color, right? Apart from that, everything is in blue color. Every widget is in blue color means only edit button belongs to this particular page. Unless everything is referenced from a different PCF file to this particular PCF file. The darkest of blue color is will tell us how deep the reference is. Suppose the PCF file is referred to the second PCF file and the second PCF file is referred to the another PCF file. The depth of the references to right. In that case, the color of the PCF file would be that little bit darker. If how you can open this PCF file, you have to double click on this. Now you can see it is opened a child PCF file of that particular. Now it has opened the child PCF file and you can see some of the widgets are in white. It means that these widgets belong to that particular child PCF file, but it also has some of the other reference PCF like this one. You'll double click on this. Now you got referred to this particular PC file. This PCF file is referenced to a AB contact summary DB and this particular AB contact summary DB is referred to this particular AB contact summary page. This is how we are creating the blocks. And we will talk about what is this DVLVA and what are the different types of PCF file write. We'll talk about that as well. Any questions? Up to you. Can you go to the left? Can you show me the configuration in the left? The complete left. Under config. I thought we are creating the entities under extensions, right? But what are those entity names? And in entity names, I saw the extension as some GC or something like that. What does that mean? We will be covering, I will be covering this topic. We have a separate topic, name and the names. We'll be covering this topic as well. What are these on? Why do we use this generally? But this is a very smaller topic. I've kept it for not for now, because this is not that the weightage of this topic is not that much actually. It is in general. Whatever changes we do to the PCF files or go through files or entity files or whatever, it is under conflict. Everything would be under conflict. Everything is under conflict. Conflict is a top or whatever changes you do right. When PCF entities and what are the rules you're creating. If you're creating any new classes, also those, everything will be done in that one. But primarily on faith, and you you don't worry about G source and all those things, or you write your Go source scripts and G source. We have G-test, GSRC, G-test, right? Yes, we write the code to classes in GSRC, but we write the code to classes in GSRC, but we have to reference it inside the conflict. We can write it. We can write those classes, static classes, here to write our logic, but those can be referred to. Those will be referred here to use. And G-test is something which it's an inbuilt. G-test is an inbuilt framework. With Guidewire will be used to create G-units. We have J-units, right? The J-unit test. Similarly, we have G-units. In Guide, it's a framework which we can use to write our test classes. Will not be covering G-test because this is something which is out of scope of this training, because this is a separate topic from altogether from intake and config configuration, but will be covering everything required for the development. And then back to the PCF files. Sorry to deviate a little bit. Now we were into this PCF file, right? We have opened. We want to add a new field here, right? What I'll do, I need some field which is exactly the same field like this name field. Which type of field it is? This is a texting book. This is a text input. What I will do, I'll just copy the text input here. You can see I have dragged off the text input, and this field I'll mark it as editable is false. I cannot edit that. I cannot. ID should be. I will give test. Required ID test value. We have AB contact. Here object of the AB contact test and AB contact in the PCF file level. You can see there in required variables. I have this object created already. If we contact object created, if I want to use the objects, if I need to some of the objects in the PCF file, right? Required variable is the place where I can develop variables on for this particular DV class, right? With the help of object, I can refer, like with the download rotation, I can refer any field. How did you see that required field? Now I don't see that. You have to click on. Now I have clicked on this test field, right? You have to click on PCF level. That would give me the PCF level information. But an AB contact, you can refer anything. This is a text field. Let's refer something text. If I have some text or not, let me check. Integer is I don't have any text field here. String is there. City, teen or something. String, right? You can use string. I can use string. I've given this, whatever mandatory I've given. I'll save it. And if I want to load this right too, yesterday I spoke, right? I need to use Alt-Shift-L to load the information. Whatever you load, the PCF file changes. I'll use Alt-Shift. Alt-Shift, I pressed Alt-Shift-L, it's loading. You can see here, test field is present here, but I think this value is null. Nothing was there. That's why it is blank. I can make this field editable also. Let's see whether this is editable field or ineditable field. Or what I'll do is, yesterday I've added one new field, right, in the AB company, in which entity I've added new field. Do you remember that? In the AB contact, right? That's what I also recall. I'll use this one. Oh, I have this field. I'll mark editable as 2. I will be able to edit this. My PC file is reloaded. You can see it. It changed with the nickname. Now this is when, right, user can edit it. You can see here. Let me get the name. C8. I can update the chart here and it will be stored in the database. it will be stored in the nickname and column for this particular object of this AB contact. And that's how the atomic changes are added. And we can have a date field as well. Right. If you can see, you can have a date field, date input. If you want to have a drop down, right, where you want to add the type list, you have type key input. You can, where you have to define the drop down, right. Here in the value, as you have defined in the value you have defined the column name here, where care column name here, right. Here you have to define the type key column name. Suppose let's say we'll see what are the types of present and history is a type key. I think let's see the etext file. Legal case report status. Let's go to this one. I'll paste this. I have mentioned this one and the in the value. Oh, it will be stored in this type key and automatically the value type came. Value type is nothing but the type of this particular field. The data type of this particular field is the type list, right? That's why the type list name is auto-populated. I will have to get the ID. I have to give some. My type list, I have added it. What I need to do is I need to do Alt Shift. Can a type list be editable? Yes, it can be editable. Right now, suppose I edit it. It already has some value stored in it. That particular contact is already having some value stored in it. But if I want to make it editable, right? I can make it editable. When you add something to this type list, it gets added globally. You can see these are the, but you're not able to add a new type, right? That's what I told you we need. We can only select from the .com. If you want to add something memory that we have, then we have to do it from the input column. Like this. That's how the type lists are added. That is the purpose of the type list. Now you know, right? You are able to read it on the data model and the PCF. We have multiple different type of PCF files present and where and when to use the PCF file. I'll be covering that next 50 minutes. We can cover that. We go back to the. I'll tell you here only, I'll not go through the PPT tomorrow. I'll come through the PPT to check whether we have that any topic or not from the UI architecture. The type of PCF which you are able to see here, right? This is a table type, correct? You can see it in the client. Entries are in tabular format. Whenever you see something in the tabular format on the screen, right? This would be in the PCF file and the backend file for a particular table would be a list always. You're breaking. Why do you consider this as tabular form and why not the one in detail view and this one? It's kind of a history thing. It's kind of table. It can have multiple values. You can take it, you can visualize it like this. That flag entry is an array with AB context. One AB context, one AB contact details, right? One AB contact can have multiple flag entries, right? Multiple flag entries can only be seen in the tabular format, right? Then only you will be able to see the multiple results, right? If you want to check whether this is having a hierarchy relationship or not, you can check it from the data model. Just search with the flag entries. You can see here there is an hierarchy relationship. For in PCF, if I want to display a table form, then it has to be a flag entry. Yes. Correct. And in the PCF file name will end with the for that particular. For flag entry, we have two methods how we can search for this list. View PCF file. One is I'll search with flag entry. I know the name. I know that it will end with value. You can see this is the PCF file. If you want to search it from the page level, you can see flag entries is in its darkest blue color because it is a reference file. I'll double click here. It will take me to the PCF file of the flag entry. If I want to do any change in this particular, if you want to add a new column in this particular table, right? I will do it in the LBPCF file. I cannot do it directly here. I cannot do it because these are the reference file. I can do it here. Similarly, we have detailed views. Suppose if you want to display the value of one object completely, suppose you can see here in the A, B contact entity, there are multiple fields, right? If you want to, for that, if there is one instance of the A, B contact entity, right? For one instance, you want to display the value in the screen, you will be using DB detail view. You can see here. This page is a combination of detailed view. This section, the left section, is having the detail view which will show us each of the fields. But also it is having the list view also. You can see flag entries and this is AB contact summary TV. TV means detailed view. And these DV and the are contained inside the card. Because we can see here basic social media and these are the cards. Basic card. This will be in the card view. Now we have talked about CV, DV and LV. Where do we use CV? Inside, and this entire is from here. From here, this is a screen. This is a screen. Screen contains the card view. Card view contains two items. One is detail view. Another is list view. And there is one more top level container of the screen as page. which will contain everything, which will contain all the search button, all those things also it will contain. Page will contain from here, from this corner to everything from this corner page. This is page. Screen is from here. From this is screen. This is from here. This is card. Card view card from basics. Right? These are the cards. Social media analysis. From here inside, this portion is detail view and this portion is. This page is the top level parent. That's all we need to identify. And it's a combination of many PCA files. And we can also see it here. If I want to the card view, I can open different cards. If I want to, from the page, I want to directly open the screen. I will double click on the screen. This screen is defined in line on this particular page only. If I want to open that detail view, I can double click on the detail. It will open the detail view for me. Inside detail view, I have reference. I can open. But now you know, I think you can, if you want to do any changes in any of the screen right, you will know the context, how you have to change it, how you have to check which PCA file I need to change, and you can just play around with this. I think that's pretty much for today and today. Tomorrow I'll be whatever we have discussed today, right? I will be going through the PPT on that. That if you have missed something, we'll cover it in the PPT site tomorrow, and we'll also discuss the detail view, list view in details. And finally, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel.